What's up? It's Jeffrey here, coming at you once again from Koh Lanta, Thailand. And today the book that we're going to be talking about is Smarter, Faster, Better by Charles Duhigg. This book is all about getting things done. How to be more productive, how to be better, how to be smarter, how to become more innovative. And it's laid out in 8 key ideas. So the 8 core concepts that he covers in the book are motivation, goal setting, focus, decision making, team building, managing people, innovation, and data analysis. This book takes these key ideas and uses it real life data, real life examples such as a pilot whose plane pretty much blew up in the air and how he used mental models to be able to save all the passengers. Or he talks about army drill sergeants who kind of reinvented boot camp in order to make clueless, directionless young kids into hardened war machines who are responsibility-taking adults. So I'm going to just talk about a couple of the main takeaways I got from the book. Number one is motivation. A lot of us, if you're starting at your own business, or say you want to start a YouTube channel, or you want to become an artist, or doing anything kind of out of the ordinary, we need motivation to be able to do it. But we also find that we oftentimes don't have the motivation that we need. So how do you get that motivation? One of the tools used in this book is to turn a chore into a choice. You'll find you are more motivated to do something when you feel you have a choice in the outcome of it. So it's up to you. So you get started. So you have 24 emails that you have to write. You can get started by just opening them all up and typing in one sentence. Don't send them or anything, but that will give you the confidence to feel like you are in control. And it's say someone wants you to meet up for go to a big meeting or go to a big conference. So type in, hey, I have a bunch of things going on, and then you move on to the next one. This will give you the motivation to continue because now you have a choice in the matter. What you say matters, and you realize that you don't really have to do anything, and it's all up to you. So that turns it into a conscious effort on your part to do what you need to be doing. So a quote from the book directly about this is, self-motivation becomes easier when we see our choices as affirmations of our deeper values and goals. So find out how your boring, repetitive tasks connect to a deeper goal of yours. So in terms of goal setting, they talk about needing 2 goals. A lot of people have heard of the first one, which is SMART goals. If you took any business courses or any type of productivity. So SMART goal is something that is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-based. A specific, concrete path in order to get you there. So for example, if you want to lose 50 pounds, it would say, I want to lose 50 pounds this year. I'm going to do that by cutting down 8 pounds per month by doing cardio 3 times a week and have my diet with my calories of blah, 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 blah. See what I mean? That's a lot more achievable, and you know the next step by steps than it would be just lose 50 pounds. How do you lose 50 pounds? When do you need to lose this by? Break everything up into small chunks. Now, everyone knows about these SMART goals, but one thing in the book that was new to me was he talks about these stretch goals, which are goals that are out of your current reality of being able to accomplish. You know it follows at the top of your ambition, it's there, and then you don't really know a path on how to do it. So you want to write down your goals and your to-do list every day with your stretch goal in mind, but also have a smart action plan on how to get there. So for this, when you're typing out your to-do list, what you want to do this month, this week, this day, write down at the top of your to-do list what your stretch goal is. Something you don't really know exactly how you're going to do it, and then you break that into sub-goals, which you can accomplish using SMART goals. So it has your overarching ambition, but it also has your SMART goals. So it has a concrete action plan on how to get there eventually. Focus. This one's a tough one for me. I get distracted constantly. Things always pop up. So this is something I find. I'm sitting here trying to work. I have a plan for what I want to do with the day, and then before I know it, my roommates come in. They want to go kayaking. They want to go do something fun, and I don't really want to sit there doing the boring, tedious work thing anymore. And all of a sudden I can rationalize that I can just work on this tomorrow, and then nothing gets done. So in order to combat this and be able to work on your focus, you need to build mental models. What mental models are is you envisioning how your day is going to go. So when you start planning what you want to get done in the next day, the next week, the next month, what's going to happen tomorrow? You're going to wake up, you're gonna brush your teeth, you're gonna eat. What are the things that can distract you? So for example, it could be email, it could be your roommates coming in. For my example here, with my roommates coming in and bothering me, I can say, well, they're gonna come in and talk about this, just make sure to send them a message saying, don't bother me between this and this hour. There it is, it's dealt with, and this is just a little bit of planning that I did, built a mental model about what's gonna happen to distract me, what I want my day to look like, and how I'm going to overcome these distractions that are going to inevitably spring up. So with these mental models, here's the general layout of how you want them to go down. Choose 3 to 4 things that you want to happen, say, this week. What's your goal? What's going to happen first? What distractions are likely to occur for you? How will you handle that distraction? How will you know you've succeeded? For example, what will you have gotten done provided you overcame your distraction? What is necessary for success? What will you do next? Once you have your overarching goal of your mental model of what a successful completed project is looking like, what's your goal after that? What are you going to do afterwards? Another thing about setting goals with your overarching stretch goal is you will find that when you get it done, when you get down to your small tasks and you don't have an overarching stretch goal, you can maybe make 3 phone calls, maybe close 1 sale, and then you're like, well, I'm done for the day, I'm good. But what happens here, when you have that overarching stretch goal, maybe having a little bit of success doesn't make your day done. So it doesn't mean you can just coast the rest of the day, because you still have a lot of other things that you have to do in order to achieve that final end result. So you aren't going to just get 1 or 2 mild things done and then continue on with your day. So it's really helpful for that as well. Decision making. So things are going to come up in our life that are going to be problematic. You're going to have to choose between 2 things, and getting rid of one of them is going to suck. So for decision making, you want to engage in something called probabilistic thinking. For small goals, I want you to imagine you're working and someone calls you up and says, let's go eat lunch. So it's your friend, you haven't seen them in a bit, you want to go eat lunch with them. Think about it like this. If I go for lunch, what's going to happen? One scenario for going out for lunch is I'm going to have a good time, laugh with my friend, it's going to take an hour, I may lose an hour of work, but when I get back to work, I'll be recharged because we had such a good conversation together. That's one of the options. Another option is you go out for lunch, your friend is late, you're waiting, it takes you 3 hours to do lunch, and then by the time it's done, you don't really have enough time or mental energy to do anything else with your day. So you got to make sure that doesn't happen. Another scenario would be you go for lunch, but instead of having a good time, they want to bring up some drama between your friend circle, or money problems, or you have relationship problems going on. Those are all things that can affect your mood and therefore affect your work. Now when you think these through, you're able to recognize, again, this goes back to the focus and the building mental models, you're able to recognize, hey, this is going to take me down a path that I don't want to go down. So if he's late, you just contact him and say, hey dude, sorry, I got to eat, I got to get back to work in an hour, so if you're going to be any later, I have to order my food within the next 5 minutes. If your friend starts talking about drama or gossip or anything like that, just be like, hey, look, this is important, I know, but I have to get back to work, so I can't really put too much mental energy on this right now, and can we talk about it later instead? So these are a couple things. Or if you feel your friend won't be the type to gently take, hey, we're not talking about your problems right now, just say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm too busy, I can't do it right now, maybe we can meet for dinner. And then you have time to go get lunch by yourself, and then you can get your work done that you need to get done, and then talk about their drama after that. Now the same thinking can be used for making big decisions, like whether to switch careers, whether to pursue your passion, things of that nature. But it's going to take a little bit longer than the scenario that we just went around. You have to think of all the different scenarios, maybe call up some friends and be like, what are some scenarios, what are some good and bad things that could happen here that I may not be anticipating? Keep that in mind. Innovation. So in terms of innovation, you want to keep in mind that you don't always have to invent something from scratch. There's a lot of cool stuff that is cool on its own, but put together would be an absolute game changer. So think about the iPod, the iPhone, the automobile, which Henry Ford revolutionized with the assembly line. Now the assembly line already existed and cars already existed, but he put the two together to change the auto industry and make cars affordable for everyone. So in terms of when you're trying to innovate, you can be more efficient at innovation, which is like those two things don't usually go together, innovation and efficiency. Whenever you're trying to innovate, try and take two things and put them together. Look at your problem and try and solve it by putting together two maybe not related things and seeing what you can build with it. Absorbing data better is something that's important. How often are you in a class and you're sitting there trying to talk to your professor, or you're trying to do a test and you're like, wow, I forgot everything. One of the examples they give is they had people taking notes on their computer, or they had people taking notes on their notebooks. So realistically, they're the same thing. They're both getting notes, except taking notes on your notebook is a lot more inconvenient for you. So why would anyone do it? Well, they found during the test that people were able to remember so much more when they took the time to write down the data. When they took the time to write down all the data and did this inconvenient thing, they were able to remember information better than if you just it was just given to you. So for example, if you're reading a book, take notes on the book and try and teach people something about the book. So this pretty much is one of the main reasons I started this channel, was it helps me learn more about the books, and then I don't have to go back and keep rereading them. Then I have the information compressed into a nice fun video, and I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to read it over and over again. I can always just watch these videos and be like, oh yeah, that's what that book is about. Alright, so that's just a couple of the fun key takeaways from Smarter, Faster, Better by Charles Duhigg. I highly recommend, if you are looking to become more productive, if you're looking to get more accomplished and be more creative, check out this book. It's very well written. The audiobook is fantastic of it as well. And I just want to leave you with this fun excerpt from the book, which is: productivity is about recognizing choices that other people overlook, making certain decisions in certain ways, the culture you establish, the way you frame your choices, and manage information. So that's essentially what this book is about. It's about helping you look at difficult decisions and make choices based on them. It's about figuring out what's going to distract you throughout the day and stopping that before it happens. It's about looking up your biggest ambitions and finding innovative ways to figure out how to make those into reality. So this is my last video blog from Thailand. I'm going to go back to Canada next week, so I wanted to just film another one of these before I left here for a couple months. And if you like these videos, if you like my channel, I want you to hit that subscribe button to support the channel. That would be greatly appreciated, and I would love you forever. Another thing is, if you want to follow what me and my team are up to, you can follow us on Instagram at GMOS204, GMOS204. There's always a lot of fun things going on over there. And that's it. I hope you have a blessed day.